I know that was a lot. That was a lot.
You scooping pre-workout.
Yeah, and
That's
I was scooping pre-workout like it was nothing, as if it was just like sherbet and just throwing it back like sugar. And it was like, and then I would rinse it with a can of Monster, with Monster Energy. And as they're like, there was so much caffeine going into my day,
but
but it wasn't even giving me that energy.
how
And
how old are you?
how old? I'm 32.
32. Okay. Because the thing is, I believe so that when you're a teenager, those things actually pump you up and you don't feel the side effects. But the thing is, you that's how what I imagine, right? You adhere to those habits, unhealthy habits as a teen, and you carry them over when you're an adult. And of course, your body is not the same anymore. Am I right? That's what happened?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, your body adapts as well over time. The
Oh,
thing is
okay.
with caffeine is that your body builds a tolerance to the amount of caffeine. It's the same as alcohol. I mean, when you have your first beer, it's like, oh, the first beer might actually hit you.
Yeah.
But if you're drinking that beer constantly over time and regularly over time, you might not feel the same way after one beer. It might take you 10, 12 beers to feel the same. And next thing, that's where you get the people and they're like, oh, I'm no longer a lightweight and I need to drink 10 or 12 beers to even feel an effect. And it's the same with caffeine. It's like if you're constantly drinking caffeine, your body's going to build a tolerance to it. And then if you don't get that caffeine, you start feeling withdrawal symptoms and people start getting that morning headache and they say, oh, I can't function in the morning until I've had my first cup of coffee because they're having caffeine withdrawal symptoms. And for me, that was I was consuming so much caffeine that it did not have any effect on me anymore. And one of the things I realized, I was like, am I even drinking this kind of Monster for the caffeine anymore? Because I found myself, I was drinking cans of Monster at 10 p.m. at night and still going to bed at 10:30. And it was like, and this was having no effect on me. Or so I thought. Maybe I was having lower quality sleep, but it wasn't perking me up to stay up all night. And next thing, one thing that I did at the time, just I think it's my scientist side of me, my scientist background. I love just running tests, and I was like, okay, I'm going to test myself. I'm going to do this experiment on myself. That instead of drinking the full can of Monster, I'm going to drink half, and then when I get halfway, I'm going to dilute the rest. I'm going to fill the can up with water again, and then I'm going to drink half again. And then once I get around halfway, I'm going to keep on saying, okay, I'm about halfway in, I'll fill up with more water. That way I'm getting less caffeine, I'm getting more hydrated because I'm drinking more water, and I'm still pretty much getting the same taste of Monster. And I found that I got to a point where I was filling up a can completely with water, and there might still just have been the taste, the aftertaste, like surrounding the can. So would have had that mild watermelon or fruity flavor from the Monster can. And I was like, I'm literally just drinking the water. I just have the habit of drinking from a Monster can, and that's getting me through the day. And I realized I'm no longer drinking this for the caffeine. I'm just drinking this purely out of habit.
Wow, that's amazing. That's a very clever way of tricking your brain to stop drinking it, basically. Have you heard about this? Oh, how it's called again? It's like, I think it's called liquid death. It's like, have you heard about it?
Yeah, yeah, it's sparkling water. They put it as like an alcohol alternative, and it's just flavored sparkling water in a can.
Yeah, but it looks like, from the outside, looks like beer, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's awesome, just by the
Again,
looks
when
of
it
it.
comes to marketing, it's a great idea,
Yeah.
but it's some expensive sparkling water in a can.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. So going back to the farm. Oh, I'm sorry, sorry. Let's finish the story first. So even when you're getting like the annual tax income for the house, 300 euros, that was like stressing you, and was that moment that you realized I have something like serious, something more. That was the point.
What got to me, like that was just one of those little niggling things where I was like, something is seriously wrong here. You probably should look into this. For me, it was, I had known for some time that I was escaping from my negative emotions. All my negative
Okay.
emotions, I was dulling them.